Everybody here is cast members?
I still will never forget.
Ah, the unofficial ones. Actually, that was the unofficial ones. I think there was some question for me.
Thank you. Welcome to Mission Control, space travelers. The first part of your trip to Mars today will be directed through this room, and so will your landing when you return to Earth. As you can see on the wide screen behind me, we're keeping track of things at one of our many manned space stations now in orbit. Small screens below show other activities being monitored by Mission Control. I'll have them repeated on the upper screens for you also. This is Elvis' instrumentation. Now on the large screen again, you see a sign as to board the space station at the controls of a large telescope trained on the sun. This kind of solar research was begun back in the early 1970s by the Skylab astronauts. And time-lapse pictures from space like this are revealing new facts about how the sun produces energy, which may help us solve some of our own energy problems on Earth. This is a very interesting part of the station, where special manufacturing processes are carried out under weightless conditions. Here you see a close-up picture of a groove being mounted in a stainless steel plate. Done in zero-G conditions, this imparts a quality to the metal you can't get under Earth gravity. Mission Control, this is Spacelab 09. Stand by for new video review. And now, through an onboard microscope and time-lapse camera, we can see the light crystals formed in zero-G. I can't have to use Spacelab 09. My question is referring to crystal orders and atmosphere. This is Capcom. Advisory reports. These space-grown crystals are so pure that they're going to bring revolutionary advances in electronics, which will benefit every one of us. In fact, they're so attention. This silly bird checks the emergency system every time he comes in.
Excuse me,
I know, say it.
gravity and astronauts in space. Your fly's up. You might want to fix that.
Of course, just a moment.
Of course, just a moment.
You simply float through the air.
Now I get the joke.
That's
Johnson.
under normal gravity. Astronauts quickly adapt to zero-G, but over extended periods, regular exercise is absolutely vital. There are some off-duty crew members working out in the station gymnasium. But it isn't always as easy as it looks, as you can see. With a little practice, though, you can do tricks that would make a circus acrobat turn green with envy.
They usually get the peacock.
Excuse me, Mr. Johnson.
Countdown is in progress.
Excuse me, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Early retirement.
Love you, Mr. Johnson.
Bye, Mr. J.
Bye.
That'd be so cool if they begged him to wave.
Oh, no, let me pull lettuce.
They'll turn around.
That's it. There's no room for
That's it.
Yeah, we get out
What
of
do they want?
We're going to wait.
Last ride of Mars.
It's like
Wrong one! Go the other way. Go to the right. To the right.
To the right.
we're gonna go the
Where we're going?
The other one. I don't think so.
Here we go, Chloe.
You just now realize this? Ooh. Boy, we're running full capacity tonight, aren't we? This is the one that keeps me
proper relative speeds. Earth and Mars are anywhere from 35 million to 240 million miles apart at times, which used to make a trip to Mars pretty tricky. For example, spaceships had to follow a curved path for about 8 months to intercept Mars when it reached a certain spot. It was like having to hit a golf ball in California hard enough and accurately enough to make it go through one particular window of a train arriving in Florida that much later. Today it's much easier. We simply launch out into space until we reach Mars Acquisition Velocity, or MAV. Then we generate a hyperspace field around us for a short time. When we switch it off, our spacecraft is approaching Mars. Back in the 70s and 80s, this would have seemed like science fiction, but today it's routine, and we attention all stations, hyperspace penetration now commencing. Those small unmanned rocket ships you see will shortly be sending back television pictures as they fly near the surface, but we'll continue our view from orbit also. Through telescopic lenses, Mars looks even more barren, and there's definitely no sign of it being inhabited. As we know now, some things once thought to exist on Mars turned out to be only illusions, such as the famous Martian canals. But it does have some natural features that are almost as amazing. For example, this gigantic rift in Mars surface called Mariner Valley. It's over 3,000 miles long, 10 times bigger than the Grand Canyon back home. And for a planet that's only half the size of Earth, that's pretty impressive. This superimposed outline of the United States will give you an idea